When I was starting out decades ago in Houston, and I decided I was going to be a book consultant because I love books and I was helping lots of people write books, I charged $25 an hour. And $25 an hour, that might have been the early 1980s, mid 1980s, seemed like a heck of a lot of money to me. And I did it for a while, and then I had a friend of mine who had been a counselor and a consultant and a client said I needed to raise my rates. And I said, to what? And I was gasping. It's like, to what? It's already $25 an hour. And she looked at me and she says, well, just raise them higher. And I said, what do you mean, like 35? Real wimpy. And she said, 50? I could charge $50 an hour? And I because somebody believed in me, which was her at that point, I thought, okay, I'll go for 50. And I'm laughing now because I've charged, tens of thousands of dollars and have coaching programs upwards to $1 million. And the point I'm making, though, is we all have a wealth set point that can be moved. And back then, because I had left homelessness, which meant I really had no relationship with money and no real self-esteem or self-appreciation, went into poverty, which meant I struggled with the same concepts for 10 years. And then after I got out of it, learning how to be an entrepreneur and a consultant, $25 an hour for somebody who made nothing was a lot of money. But also being encouraged to go up, I had to keep stretching that wealth point. Over time, I kept raising it. Then it was $500 an hour. Then it was $1,000 an hour. And I remember I was being interviewed many years ago. He said, what's your hourly rate? I think it was $1,000 an hour. He says, oh, that's too low. He says, I'm going to tell everybody it's $5,000 an hour. I went, what? But I accepted it, and he announced it, and suddenly it was $5,000 an hour. And then, of course, I've grown since then. So what I'm telling people who are watching is you may not come out of the gate and go, I charge $5,000 an hour. But whatever you're charging right now, I bet you can bump it up. And then after a time, you can bump it up some more. And after a time, you can bump it up even more. And what you're really doing is changing your own wealth set point, your own understanding of your own value.